Okay, well, she's on bond and I don't know why she's before me chewing gum and with attitude. And that attitude is directed towards you. Then why does it take two people to go get diapers and leave a 3-year-old unattended?
And I got scared and I told him, hey, get out of my face, da 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 da, whoop de whoop whoop.
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you think the court reporter can take da 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 whoop whoop whoop?
No.
Hello, folks. In today's video, foolish choices meet courtroom reality. Let's watch how Judge Boyd puts each one in their place.
So why are you chewing, just 1 second, why are you chewing gum in court?
I'm sorry.
All right, so
Judge, she regrets, she understands what she did was wrong. There's no minimizing what happened. She was going to the store to get diapers. It was late at night, right before they were going to close. There's some disputes among the times in the report on how long she was gone. She did have a nanny cam there, not to excuse the risk that she put her baby in, but her daughter was asleep. She was watching her on the nanny cam, came back. And there's also some custody child support issues. So the husband or the ex, her daughter's father had been there at the house waiting for her to leave, and then he had called the police, Judge. So she's not here to make any excuse for what happened, and definitely knows better.
how old was your child when you left?
She was 3.
Okay, so you left a 3-year-old by themselves at night. And the guy that you're living with, what is his relationship to you?
He's basically just my boyfriend right now.
He's your boyfriend.
Fiance, but
So your fiance boyfriend, according to the stipulations, you left to go get diapers?
she was on her last diaper.
No, I need to say yes or no.
Yes.
All right, so you go to get diapers and your boyfriend, Adam Hernandez, does he love you?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he love your child?
Yes.
Then why does it take two people to go get diapers and leave a 3-year-old unattended?
There's no,
There is, I mean,
Yeah.
she does have.
No, tell me why. I want her to tell me.
Explain the.
Like, why? Why would two adults who claim to love a 3-year-old leave a 3-year-old by themselves while they went to the grocery store or wherever store they went to get diapers? Why does it take two adults to go do that?
if I go by myself, I get harassed wherever I go. I know it's no excuse, but the HB that I was living at nearby, there was a guy that.
So why
works
couldn't he
there.
go?
Because we just didn't have enough money. The coupon expired after that night.
So I
and-
don't understand. You don't have enough money
Yes, ma'am.
and the coupon was going to expire.
Yes.
So there are
that's it.
two adults. Why does it take two adults to go pick up an item from a store? I don't understand.
So, if he would have gone, he would have not used the coupon, we wouldn't have had enough money. I mean,
Well, so let me just tell you the choices that you're making. You had a choice. Leave my 3-year-old by herself. Maybe the apartment's complex is going to catch a fire. Maybe somebody's just walking down the street and they notice a 3-year-old and they're like, oh, this would be a great 3-year-old to come take. So that's what you were looking at. And then on the other hand, I can save money by using a coupon. And you chose a coupon. And how much money did you get off for that coupon?
it was like $10 off.
All right, so you had a choice and you chose to save $10 over potentially something horrible happening to your child. That's basically what you did.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I still don't understand. And CPS, they do their own things sometime. I still don't I don't understand why this wasn't a legal case. And two, still don't understand why you have two adults in a household and they decide it takes two people to go pick up diapers, and you all are leaving a 3-year-old by themselves. And not only are y'all leaving them by themselves, in the police report, it says the door was locked and it's a reverse lock. So 3-year-old is locked in a room, and the only persons who can open that door are the two adults.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're going to unpack that suitcase in a little bit, but I'm still back to the point. I don't know if she understands the danger, and I don't know if the CPS worker stressed the danger that her 3-year-old was in by two grown adults acting as though one person can't go to the grocery store by themselves. Are you even internalizing how that sounds?
Yes, ma'am. I know it. It's.
You all can leave a 3-year-old by themselves, but you all adults can't go to a grocery store by yourself. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, why is it that there are reverse locks in that place?
When we moved in, the locks were on the other side, and when she was younger, she was able to touch it when she was growing up. And one time she locked herself in there, so we were scared. My fiance was able to open it. And from there on out, we decided to switch it around because we didn't want her locking herself in her room. She was getting curious. She was walking and talking and.
That's what 3-year-olds do. They walk and they talk.
Yes, ma'am.
So when that officer came to that location, front door is locked and that bedroom door is locked. Yeah, and it was locked. So the 3-year-old can't get out. So let's say there's a fire that happened. Guess what? Number one, nobody's going to know the 3-year-old is there. Maybe the 3-year-old stays asleep. And the 3-year-old, if they have the wherewithal to try to get out of their room because there's a fire, they can't get out because you and your fiance have reversed the locks.
It was for her safety, Your Honor.
No, that's not for her safety. Let me ask you, do you all have reverse locks on your doors?
No, ma'am.
But it would be for your safety.
I just didn't want her locking in herself in her room anymore. That's what scared me.
All right, and let's move on to your boyfriend, Adam Hernandez. How well do you know him?
Very well, ma'am.
What does that mean? How long have you known him?
We've been together for 3 years.
For 3 years?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
how old is your daughter? 3.
She's 4 now.
All right, but she was 3 then?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means that you went from one relationship to the other. If your daughter is 3 years old and he's not is he the biological father of the 3-year-old?
He's the one that stepped out.
All right, so you went from one relationship, you have a 3-year-old, and then you're in a relationship lickety split with some other guy. And this is a 3-year-old daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Adam Hernandez, did you do a background check?
No,
All right. Do you know if he has any criminal history?
he doesn't.
How do you know?
I mean, just because he's told me everything he's done in his past, everything that he's gone to court for, so nothing on his record.
Oh, gone to court for what?
Or he's
Been
been
charged with
past.
this, Judge.
All right. And what else? So you're just taking him at his word.
He's from.
And have you talked to any of the previous girlfriends, or if he's been married before, have you talked to them to find out why the relationship broke down?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you talked to his previous girlfriends.
His crazy ex-girlfriend, yes, ma'am. She was harassing
Crazy
me.
ex-girlfriend. See, you know what? I will tell you from what I've noticed in this world, there's always the crazy ex-girlfriend, the crazy ex-boyfriend. And you don't become the crazy ex-girlfriend or the crazy ex-boyfriend until the relationship ends. Then they go to the next person, and guess what? That person says, oh, she's the crazy ex-girlfriend. Let me just tell you, I don't think you've done your research to have this person in your life and trusting him with your daughter. I can't do anything about that. That's all on you. Probation, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. How far did you go in school?
I'm sorry.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated high school now.
All right, what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Hopefully owning a business one day.
All right, so what are you doing to make that happen?
Right now, I'm just waiting for my daughter to start pre-K, just so I don't have to stay at home and watch her anymore.
All right. CPS compliance. I'm gonna want field visits one time per month until further notice. And probation, please check on the 3-year-old and check the locks on the interior doors. There's gonna be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm gonna order parenting classes. Once parenting classes are completed, 100 hours will be waived. The remaining 100 hours will be waived if you obtain some higher level of education or if you're in trade school. Probation, is there anything else? Yes, regular random UAs. All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're gonna go off the record. You need to start putting your child first. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I've been doing that ever since the day. I
All
got
right, because
arrested.
3-year-old can't take care of themselves. 3-year-old is 100% dependent upon you. And do not bring random people in your child's life unless you've done a background check. This is what sometimes parents don't understand. You know this guy. She doesn't know him. You're bringing a complete stranger in your child's life. That needs to stop. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If you have any questions about anything, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, everyone, we're recessing at 12.
Your Honor, it's been some time since the incident. Since something happened recently. She is in a better place now in her life. She's employed. She's 9 months pregnant. She's set to give birth here in about 12 days or so. She's in a good place, and she thinks that she has learned her lesson and will definitely comply with probation.
All right, so this is the third time she's probably learned her lesson from stealing. Why do you keep stealing?
Before I wasn't in a better position than what I am now, and that was something that I picked up in a bad habit.
What, a bad habit of stealing?
Yes.
How do you develop a habit for stealing?
It was just something that I chose to do. It was a choice. And
But I mean,
now
I'm just trying to figure out, how do you develop the habit for stealing?
it just happened, and
Well, I mean,
Something
did you
that
all
was-
plan? Did you all say, hey, let's go to Don and Ben's and take tequila?
no, it wasn't anything like that. Like I said, I was in a bad predicament, and I was using that to like pay rent or do any, just making any
No, I
type
don't
of-
know. Because, and let me just explain to you why I don't realize that.
Understand.
Because people will spend money on their wants, but not on their needs.
Right.
And what I'm reading in here, everybody in the vehicle was dressed to the nines. So obviously there was money for clothes, there was money for hair, there was money for nails, there was money for gold, there was money for gold grills, but then people are saying they're stealing for other things that I don't understand.
Right.
And then going to Don and Ben's, the officer said that the car smelled of marijuana, and you all just went to Don and Ben's grabbing tequila. So I don't understand when people say, oh, I needed rent. Who's out here buying stolen tequila?
I don't smoke, so I don't know.
No, I said, who's out here buying stolen tequila? Did you take orders where you just say, hey, anybody want tequila? Because it's saying that you took
6 bottles.
Yes, of tequila, 2 coconut bottles, reposado,
Yes.
and
Regular.
so see, she remembers. So why? So that you all could drink and have a good time. How old are you?
I'm 28. I was 17 at the time. And that was just how I was making my money. There's no excuse for it. I'm not making no excuse for it. And like I said, that's something that I'm not doing anymore.
And the people you were with, this Latasia Bateman, who is that?
It's a friend of mine,
And
or
who-
was a friend of mine.
All right, and who is this? I guess their mom named them T.I. Era Barber.
Yes,
Who is that?
just another friend.
What does T.I. stand for? Is that their name,
I
T.I.?
think it's Tierra.
Oh,
Right.
the officer then put an apostrophe. Okay. All right, court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 3 years. If you were drug tested today, what would the results be?
I'm gonna be clean.
Okay. There's to be regular UAs, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work for home health.
Doing what?
Pretty much like assisting and aiding. I'm with.
What does that mean?
DSP.
Assisting and aiding?
I pretty much help feed, change, clothe.
The credential or you like a CNA?
I'm not a CNA. I'm just a caregiver.
No. Do you go into people's homes and do this? I don't allow people on probation in this.
This is
court.
the actual, it's like a nursing home. It's not just like a home. It's it's a nursing home, like an actual.
So she doesn't go on.
So it doesn't go into people's houses. It's a actual facility.
All right, I'm not going to allow you to continue to work there unless I receive a letter from your employer stating that they know what you're charged with and you can still work there. And then the people that you're taking care of, they either need to sign something or their relatives need to know that you're working there.
100%.
All right, then their relatives need to know that you're working there. That's, Ms. Abrams, that's what I'm ordering. So proof of employment within 30 days. No employment with minors.
She is on maternity leave right now, so I don't know if you might be wanting to extend 30 days out a little bit longer than that.
Oh, just speak to probation about that. I consider myself to be reasonable.
Just thought I'd put that on the record.
I appreciate it.
Because it may be, 30 days from 2 weeks and then.
Oh, trust me, probation will say she's on maternity leave. And I'll say, okay. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider in someone's residence. And also, she's not to be a home health care provider at a facility without a letter from the employer stating that they are aware of her criminal history and she's allowed to work there. And the family members of whoever she's caring for is aware of a criminal history and they have no objection to their working there. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once the parenting classes are complete, 100 of those hours will be waived. And then I'm going to order the theft course. Once that's complete, the remaining hours will be waived. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and I'm sorry, just one other thing. There's to be no contact, Lastasia, Lastasia, Bateman, Batman, and Tierra, Tierra, Barber, Barber. All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. If you need anything, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah.
What, just remain in court probation will go. Yes.
No, I understand. Judge, it was my understanding that a case is going to go today for a murder
Yeah.
trial.
No, you all are scheduled for jury trial.
I'm sorry,
You all are scheduled for jury trial today.
I understand.
Okay.
And I guess I just need some clarification only because if we're gonna go, that's fine.
All right.
Uh,
So come back at 1. Could everyone please whisper?
Just one consideration I was asking for from the court is that I have a written hearing scheduled in Hayes County this morning. And it's like a really big deal because it's hard to get these dates. He's already been in jail for like a month longer than he should be trying to get this date. So if we weren't going to go at 1:30, it'd be really greatly appreciated if I could head up there to take care of that situation. She's on bond.
Okay, well, she's on bond and I don't know why she's before me chewing gum and with attitude. And that attitude is directed towards you. So why are you chewing, just 1 second, why are you chewing gum in court?
I'm sorry.
All right, so here's the thing, what you must understand. Look at me. Guess what? Everyone has a job to do. You are not his only client. The only way you can be assured that you are an attorney's only client is if you're paying them enough money so they can live off of your case. If you're paying him $500,000, I'm sure you could be his only client. But he has other clients, and he has a client that's in Hayes County. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. So there's no reason to get angry and upset with him. And actually, the first case on the docket is a murder case. Your case is not number 1 on the docket. Now, if the murder case takes care of itself, it may, then you will be there. Do you understand?
Yes.
So there's no reason to be angry with him or upset with him because you want your case to go today. If you wanted your case today, we could have went on May 22nd when your attorney was getting discovery. So, counsel, this is what I'll do. I will recall your case for tomorrow because if the other case does not go, then your case, this should be a simple trial because it's a drug case.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I think if we were to pick a jury trial in the morning on Wednesday, then this would be done fairly quickly.
Okay, I'll be here tomorrow at 9 a.m.
All right, Caroline, could you give them a reset form for tomorrow at 9 a.m. on Laura Ashby? Run concurrent, but whether or not it runs concurrent, that is completely up to parole. Let me ask you this. Have you already been revoked on your parole?
No, ma'am.
All right, then if you have not been revoked on your parole, then I can say that these state cases will run concurrent with your parole.
Are we off the record?
Yeah, we're not on the
Your
record.
Honor, I have these cases, I owe the state from 2014, 25-year sentence. And what I was asking as part of the plea bargain is I'm willing to give the state the conviction if they'll run it concurrent with.
Oh, no, here's the thing. This is what I'm telling you. I want you to listen
No,
to me
yes, ma'am.
carefully. I can put in the order that the case will run concurrent with parole. I don't have any jurisdiction over that. I can't force parole to make their case run concurrently with ours. For example, if you had a federal case, I can say, oh, this time is going to run concurrent with whatever they're doing on federal, but I have no jurisdiction to force them to do that. Parole is completely different from probation, but I can put on the judgment that it's to run concurrent with your parole, but I have no jurisdiction to force them to do that.
All I'm asking is if it runs concurrent with one of my case numbers, with my case number that I.
Okay, here's
It
the
is a county case. It is a Bexar County
here's the
case.
thing.
Yes, ma'am.
I know what you want. You know what you want? You want me to tell you
No,
that I can force these cases to run concurrently. That's what you want to hear from me. What I'm telling you is, and I want you to hear what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
I can write on a sheet of paper and say, your cases are to run concurrent with your parole. Guess what? If parole does not want their case to run concurrent with this, it does not have to.
I think it's more of the case. I want to run concurrent with my case, with my active case and not my parole.
These two cases, if their agreement is there to run concurrently, they will be running concurrently.
So
If you have something that is on parole, I have no jurisdiction to force it to run concurrently. That's what I'm telling you.
as in, I didn't comprehend that part.
Hmm?
I apologize. I didn't comprehend that part.
Yes, I can't force them to do it. I can put in our judgment that these cases are going to run concurrent with your parole, but I can't force parole to run anything concurrent with these cases.
So what happens to, I mean, I'm a little lost right now. What would happen with each case individually?
Individually, if you were
Like,
going to plead
one,
on,
one I saw 15 years and then I'm getting a 10 with it.
if you were to plead on both of these cases, I can order that these two cases will run concurrent and they will run concurrent. But if you want these two cases, if you're going to plead to these two cases to run concurrent with your parole, I have no jurisdiction over what parole can do. I can put it in judgment and write down these two cases are to run concurrent with your parole. But you know what parole could do? Parole could say, yes, we're revoking him and his parole is not running concurrent.
Well, I'm going back to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice regardless, you know what I mean? I haven't been revoked because we're waiting on the outcome of these cases.
All right, so here's the thing. What I want you to do, we're gonna bring you back at 1:30 and I want you to internalize what I'm saying, not what you
No,
want.
yes, ma'am, I understand. I'm just trying to comprehend and break it down. How,
I can't break it down any further.
so,
I can't make the parole board run these cases concurrent with your parole. If I put in the motion or I put in the judgment, these cases are to run concurrent with parole, parole could still say, thank you so much, Judge Boyd. We're not running it concurrent.
even if they're Bear County cases?
Yes, even if they're Bear County cases. Parole is something completely separate. I have no jurisdiction over the parole authorities.
What if you can run it concurrent with the cases themselves and not parole?
I can say it's running concurrent, but again, parole can still say, we're not running it concurrently. So here's the thing, I know what you want. And we're gonna keep saying this same thing, and it's not, my answer is not gonna change.
Yes, ma'am.
So come back at 1:30. All right, thank you. All right, everyone, we're taking our break. So Sonia, you're here for a plea deadline date. So did you have a chance to internalize what I was telling you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so do you wish to have a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, state, are you all going to be proceeding on the possession 1 to 4 or the injury to child?
The injury.
All right, so how long is this trial? How long will this trial take? All right, so Ms. Ferguson, if we could set this for a jury trial first thing.
Your Honor, good morning. Frankie Sandoval on behalf of Mr. Saldana.
Mhm.
Your Honor, I have some time this afternoon. Would it be possible for Mr. Saldana to and I to confer just a little bit longer?
Sure.
We'll get the jury trial date, but just to make sure that we are all on the same page as it were.
Okay, sure, most definitely.
I appreciate it, Judge. Thank you.
All right,
Your Honor, can I speak on the record?
what do you want to say?
I would like to object to the indictment and the evidence they used for the indictment. And I'm also reserving all my rights.
Mr. Saldana, why are we talking?
All right, so let me explain something to you, Mr. Saldana. I understand what you're saying. I'm internalizing what you're saying,
Yes, ma'am.
but this is what I'm going to say, and I want you to internalize what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
If you need open heart surgery, are you following me with this scenario?
Yes, ma'am.
And the doctor tells you, hey, you need open heart surgery, and I'm going to do the open heart surgery. Do you go to the library, read a book, and tell the doctor, hey, I know you're doing open heart surgery on me, and this is the scalpel you should be using, and this is the stitch you should be using, and this is the way you should perform that surgery?
No, ma'am.
See, and people think that attorneys just talk, oh, I can do that. All they're doing is talking, but behind their talking comes a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience. And everybody thinks that they can do that. So for example, with regards to an objection to the indictment or objection to the evidence used for the indictment, that's something that your attorney will be taking care of if legally there's a reason for it to be. If he determines that legally there's no grounds for it, then he's not going to go forward with it. That's the way it works. So your attorney wants to have a chance to talk with you. I'll let you speak with him in the box. And what date, Ms. Ferguson? All right. Your jury trial is going to be July 2nd. If you want to do something with this case, you can do something with it today, or either what's going to happen is you're going to be set for jury trial on July 2nd.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, just for advance information. I have a conflict on the third. I'm a prosecutor for a local municipality. And we
Okay.
have court on the third.
Oh,
I don't know if that
we'll
would-
work around it.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, so just have a seat in the box, but your jury trial date is going to be July 2nd.
Yes, ma'am.
This is versus Valentin Saldana. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Marjorie Hillman for the state.
defense?
Your Honor, good afternoon. Frankie Sandoval on behalf of Mr. Saldana.
Are you Mr. Saldana? Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Saldana, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney, and did you understand it? All right, you need to speak up. All right, counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we are waiving the habitual, the enhancement paragraph, and we're proceeding on the underlying offense.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with injury to a child, bodily injury intentionally or knowingly? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're moving very slow with your answers. All right, do I need to speak up for you?
I think everybody can hear me pretty clearly. Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm sorry, what?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you understanding everything?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you understand if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea? If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
In my opinion, yes, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Saldana, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
No, ma'am.
All right, do you want to go to jury trial?
If I'm not satisfied with the way I'm being represented, no, ma'am, I don't want to go to trial.
All right. All right, so this is your attorney. This is what I know. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. An attorney will tell you, this is what the state is offering you. You can either accept it or reject it. This is a case that the state has made the decision to waive the habitual. If we were proceeding on the habitual, you know what your minimum is?
Ma'am.
What?
25.
And so you're saying you're not satisfied with your attorney when the state is not proceeding on the habitual.
I'm right. Yes, ma'am, I'm right.
What does that mean?
All right.
All right, we're back on the record. Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There are no applications. The state is taking in consideration County Court Cause number 722-472, 2024 CR 3082. There's an affirmative finding of family violence and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
No.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Did you review the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State, any evidence?
Your Honor, the state offers state's exhibit number 1 and all attachments.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence exhibits 1 and attachments. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
In the interest of justice, that would be our request, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, Mr. Saldana presents himself before you, accepting responsibility for the matter before you. As the court may be aware in reviewing his record.
Excuse me, just 1 second. Mr. Cox, if y'all can move down to the other end, we're on the record. That's okay. All right, we're back on the record. Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. As the court is aware, Mr. Saldana is currently on parole on a previous case. He would respectfully request, and I make this request on his behalf, that although we understand and he understands not binding, we would ask that the sentence that will be imposed today by this honorable court run concurrently with whatever actions parole takes on his former case.
Court is going to do, as previously stated, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. This will run concurrent with 2014 CR 10282B. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 722472, 2024 CR 3082. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Mallory, Malerie Saldana, Jaden Saldana, Jayden, and Irene Portelis. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing from either side?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Not on behalf of Mr. Saldana, Your Honor, we appreciate the courtesy extended by the court and the state in allowing us to address this matter this afternoon.
All right. And then, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, and also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right. Those documents go to the defense attorney. All right, we can go off the record. Your minimum is 25 years in the prison. You understand? Your attorney was able to get you less than the 25 years. Do you understand? And I don't know what you don't understand. It appears that prison is not teaching you what it should be teaching you. But if you come back out and you commit another offense or alleged to have committed another offense, potentially based upon whatever offense that may be, you're looking at a minimum of 25 years. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
On behalf of Mr. Saldana, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Judge, we're asking for the extension of the 1 year
as well, but instead of SafeP, we're asking for some form of supportive outpatient treatment. Since Miss Huerta Hernandez was released, she's been doing almost daily NA meetings online. She's been checking in with Miss Lanier, her pretrial supervision officer, which I have an email from her in Defendants Exhibit 1 that she's been in full compliance, no violations on her GPS.
Any objection
I have a
to?
chance to review it. I have no objection.
All right, I'll review that.
And the MTR alleges drug use in February, but there have been no positive tests since then. I do intend to call Mr. Mike Hernandez, her fiance, and Miss Hernandez herself to explain the non-reporting. I urge the court, if they're between making a decision between SafeP and what I'm asking for, which is a supportive outpatient program, that they send Miss Huerta Hernandez for drug testing. I do believe she's going to come up negative. And I do believe that I'm gonna put on some evidence.
So why hasn't she been reporting?
Judge, it seems like around the time that she stopped reporting in March, she was dealing with some homelessness. And she recently connected with her fiance, and she's now living with him, which was not a circumstance back when she stopped reporting. He's been keeping her on track, helping her to get clean, helping her to look for employment. She has been a victim of abusive relationships in the past, which have caused complete destruction for her. She's lost custody of her children. It's caused drug use. It's led to a diagnosis of bipolar disorder and depression. And so at this point, I think she is in the best position with the support of her fiance, with the support of her fiance's mother, who have been waiting here all day for her. And I think she's just right on track, Your Honor, to not relapse again. She's been doing everything she's supposed to do. She's she also has some medical disorders that I think are gonna cause a problem for her if she had to go back into detention. She has a little eye infection, if the court could take notice of. She has a cut eye that I think she needs to get treated pretty soon, and she has asthma that she said was very difficult for her when she was in SATIF. And Your Honor, I think just the circumstances for her right now are gonna be optimal for her to succeed and not relapse. She has no criminal history besides this case. So at this point, I'm asking you, add conditions, weekly UAs, random UAs, zero tolerance, can keep her on GPS. She would like to look for work as a housekeeper at this point to help contribute to the household and get some visits back in. She has ordered supervised visits through Guardian House right now with her 16-year-old. So she really just wants to get her life back together and get back on
I'm
track.
sorry, what did you say about her and a 16-year-old?
She's supervised visits at Guardian House right now. They cost quite a bit of money though, so she will have to work to try to get those visits in. But that's my understanding from what she tells me is going on with that minor child. She does have older children as well. They're adults. They were here at the last setting, but as far as just the minor, she really has to rebuild that back up because her past relationships have really caused havoc in her life
Okay,
and have led to these behaviors.
and state.
Judge, I am in agreement. This is her first MTR. She doesn't have any additional criminal history other than this. However, she has had some issues reporting, and I just think she needs a more structured environment to really help her if she's really serious about getting clean. She did complete SATIF, but did struggle in aftercare, and then just kind of falls off the grid, absconded from the jurisdiction of the court. And there haven't been any positives because she hasn't submitted to UA. And so that's why I'm asking for what I'm asking for, Your Honor.
And Judge, I meant to tender Defendants Exhibit 2 also, which is the verification that she's been attending the NA meeting.
Mhm.
Mission and published to the court.
Yes. Okay. If you drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
All right, you're going to go do a drug test today. Bashan, she's going to go do a drug test with felony drug court. So if you could have her go, and I'm going to send you some information of who to contact. And they're gonna want a photo ID. So if someone can, do you have a photo ID? Oh, they can take a photo, somebody take a picture of her and give it to them. You know, just send it. All right, we're gonna come back with this. And she's in custody because she's late, correct? And you're on GPS and you're late. Why were you late?
There was a long line outside, Your Honor, to get in on the courthouse. I was
All right,
here.
so deputy, what we'll do is we're gonna release her so she can go and do her UA. All right?
Judge, will she be brought back here today? So should I just go ahead and
Oh,
wait?
no. Yes, wait. She's gonna go straight over there and she's gonna come straight back. Her fiance is here. I'm sure he can drive her.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, but her counsel, I should wait, right?
Yes.
For her to come back. Okay.
And if you speak to Miss Abrams, she'll tell you where you need to go. You entered a plea to violation of condition number 4. You entered a plea of truth. The court ordered a UA. And you informed the court that you would be negative. I'm sorry?
Want to do that, and I oriented to me, and asked for you to get these, and I do want to change. I am changing. I have changed people, places and things. I do have support now, family support, and nobody knew. I thought it was quick about me, and I'm sorry for lying. I do want to change my life around, and I am. And I want to be in my daughter's life.
All right. All right. Is there anything else from the state or the defense?
Nothing.
All right. You've been missing for many months. That's what your plea of true was. I was informed that you were going to be clean, that you've been doing great work, but you were not clean. The court is going to grant the motion. The court is going to find you guilty. The court will revoke, request the therapeutic community. How much time are you asking for, state? Defense, what are you asking for? All right. The court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and the court will retain jurisdiction. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right. You do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. I will tell you in this court, with regards to drug use, honesty is always the best policy. All right, good luck to you. All right, so what started this argument at the Shoe Palace?
So it had nothing to really do with me. It was just me and a group of my friends. It was someone's birthday. We were just in the mall cashing out like $3,000 worth of stuff. So it was girls behind us. One of them got behind my friend and I told her, I said, hey, it looks like this girl is gonna hit you. Next thing I know, this girl did hit my friend. Mind you, I moved out the way. I didn't fight. I didn't do any of that. Oh, I'm so sorry. So we're just buying stuff up at the mall. One of the girls was behind my friend. I told my friend, hey, this girl is looking like she's gonna do something to you. The girl actually did hit my friend. So the people that I was with, everybody fought except for me. I'm on the sideline. You can see it on cameras. I'm on the sideline doing nothing. So I walk out of the store and we're all walking towards the exit. 7 or 8 security guards run up behind me and the guy didn't even give me a chance to say anything, do anything. He was aggressive towards me and I got scared and I told him, hey, get out of my face, whoop, whoop.
Okay, let me ask you something. Do you think the court reporter can take whoop, whoop, whoop
No.
down?
I'm sorry. No, ma'am.
So, Maria,
Yes.
that's whoop, whoop, whoop. And I may have missed one of the dots.
I'm sorry. So they just started. So the security man.
All right, so let me just tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
Security guard is saying you caught him in the eye with your fingernail. Were you wearing those nails?
They were longer and I'm sorry.
They were longer?
Yes, ma'am.
So it caught him in his eye.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why we're here.
And I do apologize about that, but at the same token, if 7 men was coming at you, you would be scared too. If 7 men threw you into an iron gate, you would feel the same way I do.
I would have picked up the phone and called the police
Oh,
if
they
I'm
was
at the
already-
shoe palace.
They were already there. That's the.
Here's
thing.
my question.
Yes, ma'am.
Why was a girl behind your friend looking like she was gonna hit her? What was going on?
They was hating on us.
All right, why?
Cause we was in the mall just catching up, just spending a lot of piece of change. That's a nice mall, spending some money.
Shoe palace?
No, okay, well, I like shoes. I don't know about everybody else, but we spent a lot of money in the mall that day.
And which mall was this?
The one that's got the big boots on the outside of it that I'm not allowed to go
North
back
Star?
to.
Okay. All right. You know what somebody said in a program that I watch? He said, wealthy people don't spend their money on fancy items because they're wealthy. They don't need to spend a lot of money so people can see that they're wealthy. He said poor people, some, will never obtain wealth because they keep buying stuff to show that they're wealthy. Like I never understood when people would buy, like for example, the Hermes bag. That bag is like $20,000, maybe more, 120,000. Some of them. It's like people buy that bag 120,000, poor people financially, and they don't have $20,000 to put in the bag. They like maybe have $100. But here's the thing: you got in a fight at the shoe palace, and the security guard got hit by your long nail.
I didn't.
If
fight
you would have,
anybody.
here's the thing: if you would have had your natural nails on, maybe he wouldn't have been injured. But this is where we are. So the people you were with who are listed in here: Tahaya Lovejoy, Linda Marie Lovejoy.
Who? I don't know.
You don't know any of them? Okay. All right. This is what I'm going to do. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I'm an AGM for a management company for hotels. An AG and assistant general manager.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's a $400 fine that will be probated. Do you have any children?
No.
All right. There's to be no contact with the following persons: Benjamin Mendoza, Colin Johnson. I think this is Tahiya, TA'Khiya Lovejoy, Linda Marie Lovejoy, Tanisha Lauren Jones, Laurin. I know you say you love shoes. Not at the shoe palace anymore.
Okay.
So no contact with the shoe palace. And I tell you what, I'll do no contact at the shoe palace at North Star Mall. Far be it from me to take away your ability to go to all the shoe palaces.
Okay.
So shoe palace at North Star, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, anger management course, regular random UAs, field visits, one time per month for 2 months. Probation, is there anything else? Just 1 second. Probation? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, but I have a question.
Yes.
So you said that there's gonna be field visits to, I'm assuming my home, which is cool,
Yes.
fine and dandy. I don't live in San Antonio.
Oh, where do you live?
I live in Killeen.
Okay. And she's going to be out of Killeen probation.
Yes, sir. Are you reporting to your?
Yes. And transferred to Killeen, Texas. What parish is that?
Bell.
I'm sorry, county.
Bell.
Bell County? All right.
Father's from Louisiana. So I think she-
All right. Did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You understand? All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can come back to this court and we can compare shoes.
Okay.
All right. All right. Probation will speak with you. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, everyone.